My name is Chuck Parcell. I live in Mount Prospect, Illinois. What you were looking at here is a 1930 5-window coupe, Model A Ford. First came across the car, a friend of mine told me that there was an old car for sale and they had it in the barn. So I went to take a look at it in the barn and sure enough, I bought the thing for $100. And I come driving it home and my dad said, "What are you going to do with that thing?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to try to teach myself how to do something with it, Got it cleaned up and got it to running." Well, then he drove it to town, and then when my dad came back, he said, "There's a guy up there that'll triple your money on your car." I said, "I don't want to sell it." So I've had it ever since. What I used to use the car for is I used to use the car to drive it back through the woods. I went squirrel hunting or deer hunting and stuff like that. One day I drove it back in the woods. It was all cold and froze up, and the next time I started to come out of the woods with this thing, I went to a wet spot and I hung it up. I buried the thing all the way to the running boards. I had to go back to the house and get a friend of mine, tractor, and we had to come back in there and pull it out. Well, from that day forward, he said I was the only guy he ever heard of could ever hang up a Model A. And I said, it was fun. It was really fun. When I got the car, I slowly took it apart, started to try to restore it, try to teach myself how to restore something. Various books, on how to. I did a few things and I redid them a couple of times, try to get them right. The transmission is just a normal little 3-speed standard H transmission, first, second, and third with a reverse. And they used to call them crash boxes because if you didn't double clutch it, you just kind of grind the gears a little bit as you shifted it from one gear to the other. So this car comes equipped with a rumble seat. Ford put step plates on the bumper, one on the fender. In order for you to get into the rumble seat, you use these step plates and then you stepped on into the rumble seat. It would be kind of tight for a great big guy, but most of the time kids usually rode in the back. What we have here is a Ford option that Ford let you have, and what it did is it had a rack on the back for your trunk or your suitcases, so you had someplace to put your luggage when you went on long trips. First thing I do to start this car is I push the clutch in and I make sure it's out of gear. I pull the emergency brake back. I pop out the ignition, turn the gas on, and touch the starter. It's all stock. You could go down the road with it, 45, 50, real easy. The driving is the same today as it was when it rolled off the assembly line in 1930. I mean, it's no power steering, you got all the power you can muster in your arms to turn this car around the corners and stuff like that. Clutch, you got to push that clutch down and you got to hold it down with your foot, so it's no automatic or anything like that. Turn signals, you got to use your arm to stick your arm out the window and do the regular manual turn signals on this car. But it's like I say, it's a fun car. It's really a fun car.